Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm James Hale.
And I'm Alexandra Clements. Today on Daybreak, summer is just around the corner and people are getting their beach bodies ready. The secret that will get you ready in 21 days.
Plus, the effort to get minimum wage increased had protesters out in Market Square.
And James and I interview the president-elect of the Point Park United Student Government.
Daybreak, it starts right now. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Daybreak. Alex, I never thought it would come, but spring, it has finally arrived.
It has definitely, but there's a little too much rain for me. I need more sunshine.
Well, you know, they say Pittsburgh is actually more dreary on an annual basis than Seattle.
Really?
So, Brittany, do we have any more that we got to face soon?
Great news, guys. Definitely sunshine ahead all week long, actually, except for Monday. So, Monday, definitely be a little wary. Have a rain jacket, rain umbrella with you. For sure. But if you look at the rest of the week, we're looking at clouds and sunshine all week long, low 60s. So ladies, jean jacket, men, zip up probably for your day, at least in the mornings and at night, because it'll drop down to the low 40s. But like I said, great weather, perfect weather for Pirate baseball games as the season just started again, and as well as take a picnic down to the point. Enjoy your friendships and your friends before the semester's over. That's all I have for weather, guys.
Thanks, Brittany. A friendly reminder, guys, like Brittany said, wear jean jackets and enjoy your friendships next week because the weather's going to be great. It's getting warmer and people, they are getting ready to get their beach bodies together. Alex?
Yeah, James. Daybreak reporter Madison Krupp has this story on the new product that is helping people get ready for summer.
Summer is approaching fast and people want to look their best for bathing suit season. Beachbody's 21-day fix program is helping people achieve their fitness goals. Take 1 scoop of Shakeology, chocolate's my favorite. Then I'm going to add half a banana and 1 scoop of peanut butter. Shakeology is a shake that contains more than just protein. The company says it includes vitamins and superfoods to help people get the right nutrition. The program also comes with a meal plan. Containers are included that are color-coded for each food group. Mackenzie Russ is able to use the program while at school.
I think it's been working really well. I've already lost about 3 pounds. I didn't think it would be it would work that fast. I thought maybe towards the end I would lose more, but it's working really well. For lunch, you have these containers, and I usually just fill it with fruit and vegetables and some kind of nut.
Mackenzie isn't the only person who enjoys the program. Sean Sweeney is on his 2nd order of Shakeology.
I went back to it because I loved it so much and I felt great both physically and mentally whenever I was taking it. I had vanilla and chocolate, and I've tried greenberry. I'm going to have to stick with chocolate.
But it's not just about the food. The program also includes workout DVDs that are 30 minutes each, all to help you get beach ready. For Point News, I'm Madison Krupp.
Last week, seniors participated in Point Park's annual Senior Week, sponsored by Student Life. The week kicked off with an event in Village Park packed with live music, food, and free t-shirts. To help seniors network with employees and alumni in an over 21 professional environment, a cocktail hour titled Squad Selection was held at 100 Wood. Along a similar note, a luncheon launch was held at the Student Center to let seniors dine and say goodbye to their favorite faculty and administrators. Thursday's event was a life-size game of the board game Life to get students thinking about what obstacles their futures may hold. To conclude the week, seniors took a boat ride on the Gateway Clipper and enjoyed music, dancing, food, and drinks with their fellow classmates. Student Life wants to make Senior Week a long-standing tradition so that seniors can end their college careers with great memories and a full week of fun.
And the 6th Annual Humanities and Sciences Symposium is coming up and is free and open to the public. Students will be presenting their research at the symposium on a wide range of topics, including psychology, English, global cultural studies, aesthetics, dance, and biology. The event welcomes keynote speaker Megan Ward, a former Point Park professor, to discuss the Imaginary Archive. Not only will there be a poster and digital exhibit session, attendees can also look forward to hearing readings of poetry, fiction, and nonfiction from students. The symposium is held from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on April 24th in Lawrence Hall, rooms 200 and 201, and also includes a lunch buffet.
We've had some big stories going on around the nation,
We
James.
certainly have, Alex. And now Olivia Fisher, she is here, with the rest of your national news.
Oh, it's in prompter. It's not in prompter.
What the fuck is behind held?
Sorry.
This says behind.
That was me.
No, she's not talking. All right, and just
Thanks, James. 2 U.S. National Guardsmen have been charged with
to illegally sell guns, ammunition, and body armor. Okay. Yeah, they didn't do the prompter. I was like, All right. And in 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 U.S. National Guardsmen have been charged with attempting to illegally sell guns, ammunition, and body armor to Mexican drug cartels. 22-year-old Jaime Casillas and 34-year-old Andrew Reyes were arrested Wednesday in Southern California. Federal authorities allege that Casillas and Reyes told the agent that some of the guns were hot, meaning that the weapons had been stolen or used in a crime. Both men have been charged with dealing with firearms without a license, and Reyes also will be charged with unlicensed transportation of firearms. Each count holds a maximum of 5 years in prison. What started as a routine traffic stop in New York's Westchester County ended up uncovering 10,000 bags of heroin in a vehicle. Police say they discovered this mass amount of drugs in a concealed compartment when they pulled the car over for an unsafe lane change. Police say the street value of this quantity is $250,000. Carolyn Claudio and Julio Vargas of New York City were charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance and being held without bail. A new kind of street sign is making its debut to create awareness for International Anti-Street Harassment Week. A nonprofit clothing company out of New York called Feminist Apparel is teaming up with a Philadelphia-based feminist group to speak up about street harassment. The signs say no catcalling anytime and no cat zone and resemble street-issued no parking signs. Catcalling is a term used to describe a form of sexual violence that involves non-contact, inappropriate dialogue. This movement is to create awareness and put an end to street harassment. Feminist Apparel's production coordinator, Alan Martoff, hopes to expand this project across major cities over the nation. Those are the main stories in America and around the world. Now back to Alex and James.
Thanks, Olivia. Coming up on Daybreak, the president-elect of United Student Government and UVU family member, Blaine King, will join us.
And the city, Alex, you got it. The city has a new way of fighting potholes, and it's not called Optimus Prime. The new machine that the city is using to fight them coming up after the break.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't stop.
Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you.
We know you're wondering what the A-list celebrities are up to.
Well, here at Entertainment on Point, we're wondering too.
Have you heard about James Franco and Seth Rogen's new movie?
No, but have you heard Beyonce's new single?
Did you see what she was wearing on that red carpet?
Honey, that was not cute.
Did you see what happened on Scandal this week?
No, I was too busy keeping up with the Kardashians. No matter what your guilty pleasure is, we've got you covered.
Entertainment on Point. Get to the point of pop culture.
Yeah!
Welcome back to Daybreak, guys. Today, Alex and I are here with the president-elect of the United Student Government.
Thank you so much for joining us, Blaine. So, how does it feel to get this opportunity?
Well, considering that I've only been in USG for 2 years and that I'm one of the youngest, I'm actually the youngest president to ever be elected, it's actually kind of amazing, and I'm pretty excited to go into office. I have a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of changes that I want to make, so it's pretty exciting.
Well, Blaine, it seems like you're setting out a pretty expansive goal, so I got to ask, what do you think your main goal is going to be for your administration?
Well, I'm looking at this being a 2-year administration. So first of all, I want my first year to be kind of rebranding USG, getting more out to the students, getting the thoughts and opinions of the commuter students, because I know that's been a weakness of ours. That's one thing I really want to do. I also kind of want to branch out to other schools around the area, like the Duquesnes, the CMUs, and see if we can collaborate somehow.
What type of collaborations would you be looking to form with those schools?
Well, there's already a PSGC, that's the Pittsburgh Student Council. That's when all the governments of the schools around the area come together as one. And I just want to try to form a good, healthy relationship so that we can help them if they have any problems, or vice versa. And it could even be things that's happening on campus, like events or speakers coming to whatever school. Because we're not big in the science field, but you say a school like Pitt, they might have something. I can say, hey, some of our students might want to go there. Can they come? And their student government might be like, yeah, we can. They can come, and that's kind of the relationship I want to build.
So Blaine, what was your position before, and how did you decide that you wanted to be president?
My position before was parliamentarian, so that I was in charge of the rules. I was in charge of the Constitution. I approved any clubs that wanted to form on campus, and that was basically my job. I wanted to become president because President Julian Singleton, he came to me and he asked me, do I have any interest in being president? I said yes. So I decided to follow him around a little bit, and I just started getting interested in him, and I thought to myself, hey, this would be a perfect position for me. I'm a young person, so I can actually be holding this position for 2 years, and you could see some tremendous growth in 2 years, because usually you only have 1 year as president, that's it.
I mean, you certainly did. I mean, you got this position unopposed, so it looks like people seem to be pretty happy with what you want to bring. You mentioned you want to make a lot of changes. Something that happened pretty recently is, of course, USG changed how they allocate fundings to clubs. You guys maintained on your side it was easier for you when it comes to allocating the funds, but some of the student organizations, they said it becomes difficult for them to get everything they need, for instance, if they're going on a large trip or something. Do you think any changes could be made or alterations to make people who legitimately need more money at once get it at that one time?
Well, what we're planning on doing is I'm not planning on changing the funding program at all. We just adopted this program that we have right now. It's only a year old. We just have to get more comfortable with it. Now, on the part of clubs asking for more money or needing money more up front, what we plan to do is we're planning to kind of have a training session for any clubs so that they can learn how they can actually get a little more money up front, just in case they have an event or a conference happening at one time that they need the money more up front, so we can actually discuss with them, okay, this is what we'll do, this is how we'll help you out, and so that's how we plan on doing it. And we want to get the thoughts of clubs too, so we'll take in their feedback and see how we could actually improve the current funding system.
Something else you mentioned is commuter students, and that's definitely a big issue here on the campus. We're a largely commuter campus, and I just need to know quickly, we're about out of time, what plans do you want to do, that could directly affect commuter students? Because our big issue, of course, it's parking and getting to campus, especially with the movement of the Pittsburgh Playhouse.
Well, with the Playhouse moving downtown, that's about 2-3 years out of the line, and I wouldn't be here when the Playhouse actually gets here, and with the commuters having issues with the shuttles and whatnot. But I do plan on having a say in how commuters have used a shuttle system or even Port Authority, because I want it has to be fair for the commuters too. With if we're going to get rid of the shuttles, they need to have something that they can lean back on. So I want to get their input on what they think is actually right.
So we're about out of time. We're going to wrap things up. One big question. When is your inauguration, so we can all hopefully come and support you in the new administration?
Well, we're planning on having a press conference inauguration on Tuesday around 5 o'clock, and it's open to the media. We've reached out to the Globe, WPPJ, and UView.
Hopefully NBC.
Hopefully. And we're planning on a lot of people being here to witness that.
Mr. President-elect Blaine Kling, thanks so much for sitting down with us
Yes,
today.
thank you. Coming up on Daybreak, protesters at Market Square, why they were there and what they are protesting.
And the Stanley Cup playoffs, have begun. Who are the Penguins playing against in the first round of the playoffs? Coming up after the break.
Here at the Pioneers sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I had a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the questions? It's always a question. It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine! 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 Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
The Pittsburgh Plate Glass Company is making some serious cuts to its job force. The downtown-based paint and coatings company is cutting 4% of its global workforce as the company tries to reduce costs based on a series of recent acquisitions. The company will cut 1,700 jobs across the world. PPG is aiming to achieve more than $100 million in pre-tax savings by 2017 from the restructure. While Pittsburgh is faring well from the changes, only 40 of the company's 2,500 workers in the Steel City will lose their jobs.
The city of Pittsburgh will have its first bicyclist and pedestrian census in the spring. Pittsburgh is seeking volunteers to conduct the count at pre-selected intersections by tallying cyclists and pedestrians. The counts are set for 8 to 10 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m. May 7th and 10 a.m. to noon May 9th. Those interested in volunteering may sign up online at pittsburghpa.gov/DCP/bicycle counts.
And the city of Pittsburgh is at the forefront of the North American pothole battle. That's not a sentence one would ever associate with our city. With over 800 miles of paved roadway to maintain, the city, it's often criticized for the state of its roadways, but now it has a new tool to help fight drivers' worst enemies. Well, Pittsburgh, it's acquired a new mobile asphalt truck. The truck has the capability to heat and mix asphalt on the way to a repair, allowing the potholes, to be filled all year round. Previously, workers could only mix hot asphalt when the weather cooperated. The truck is only one, get this, of 7 in the entire world. And Pittsburgh is the first city in North America to have one. The city's currently leasing it for 4 months with an option to buy at the end of the lease. Alex.
Protests have been sparked across the nation over the minimum wage.
That's right. Protesters were out at Market Square this past week, and Daybreak reporter Zach Aaron, he has more on that story.
Protesters took to the streets of downtown Pittsburgh Wednesday to speak out against the current Pennsylvania minimum wage of $7.25, one of the lowest in the country. They want lawmakers to more than double it to $15. Representatives from multiple unions and local organizations were in attendance to show their support.
We're here to tell all the folks working in fast food, and especially at McDonald's, your fight is our fight.
Yeah. We haven't had a raise in 30 years.
Yeah.
We left it up to the employer. We didn't get a raise. We can't continue to leave it up to the employer. These corporate guys, they'll just take it for themselves and won't give it to the workers.
Some Point Park students also showed support.
So I'm part of the Student Solidarity Organization, and we definitely believe and stand for for not just student rights, but for worker rights as well. And so we're here in solidarity, and because a lot of us are in the working class.
Those in favor of the increase say the current minimum wage is not enough to earn a living.
The protest is taking place because fast food workers have had their wages stolen. They are not receiving enough wages to make a living.
The longer it takes, the more we're going to ask for it, the angrier we're going to get, the more we're going to fight for it. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. We'll still be out here fighting for it.
Reporting for Point News, I'm Zach Aaron.
Alex, the Pirates are in the full swing of their season, and the Penguins, they barely squeaked it into the playoffs.
That's right, James. And here with the rest of the sports headlines is Trevor Sheets.
Well, James and Alex, there's a lot going on in the world of sports, but the big story came out of a different kind of court than we're used to talking about. A decision was made in the murder trial, of former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez was found guilty of first-degree murder in the shooting death of 27-year-old Odin Lloyd that occurred back in 2013. The verdict comes with an automatic life sentence in prison without the chance of parole. The 25-year-old Hernandez was also found guilty of firearms and ammunition charges. An appeal has already been sent to the highest level of court in Massachusetts, but no date for that appeal has been set. We switch to actual sports news, where the NHL began their quest for Lord Stanley's Trophy last Wednesday. The top seed in the Eastern Conference and the NHL is the New York Rangers, who started their series with the Pittsburgh Penguins last Thursday. The Pens barely made it into the playoffs, having to defeat the Buffalo Sabres on the last day of the season to even be part of the playoffs. In the West, the top seed is the Anaheim Ducks, who will be matched up with the Winnipeg Jets in their first-round series. The Pittsburgh Pirates opened up action at home last week, first hosting the Detroit Tigers and then hosting their NL Central rivals, the Milwaukee Brewers, last weekend. The Buccos won their home opener by a score of 5-4, but the next two games were not as successful for the Pirates, losing 2-0 and 1-0 respectively. Both games saw great pitching from Pirates starter A.J. Burnett and Francisco Liriano, but the Pirate bats were silenced by the Tigers' pitching. This week, the Pirates host the Cubs before heading on the road to end the month of April. That is what is going on in the world of sports. Now I'm going to send it over to Alexis Adams with what is going on in the world of entertainment.
Thanks, Trevor. Well, let me start off by saying this. Kissy face, hard eyes, the Nell emoji, we all know them, emojis, and they have just added a little bit diversity. They have white, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican, all type of emojis. But I didn't download it, did you? I didn't, because I participate in the fact that I don't have any space to download any of that. And I don't think that I need to download any of it because the emojis they had were just fine. I like the kissy faces I had. I like the little woman I had, and I like the little families I had. But I do think Apple made a good step to move forward to add more diversity, and they even have gay marriages on there. So, good job, Apple. But let me tell you about some other kissy faces going on. Bruce Jenner is becoming a woman. It's official. He is becoming a woman, and he has a special interview with Diane Sawyer. No, he couldn't just become a woman and stay under the radar and have, a nice little rap. He wanted to make a big deal out of it. So he's having a nice interview, and you all should watch it because I know I will. I want to know why in the world any man will want to become a woman. It is very hard. We do not wake up like this. Also, bye Felicia. It is the 20th anniversary of Friday, and on 420 you can go to your movies and watch the movie on the big screen again as if it just came out. Like back in 99 and 2000, watch it all over again. Ice Cube is very happy to see everything that's going on, and he feels like Bye Felicia is the best thing that's ever happened, and he's proud of it. That's all I have for you. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to pass it right over to my lovely people over here.
Thank you so much, Alexis. I always love your entertainment reports.
I thought you meant the day Friday celebrating its 20th anniversary.
No.
It's back, guys.
Of course, Friday the movie, with Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, Bye Felicia. Everybody knows Bye Felicia. Everybody knows Bye Felicia.
Cookie knows Bye Felicia.
Cookie knows Bye Felicia, but Cookie actually said that Boo Boo Kitty is the new Bye Felicia.
Our producer, Tyler Jeske, his favorite thing is when she just goes, Lucius!
Lucius!
She's just
Apparently, our floor director just told us he's clapping and cheering. He probably looks like, one of those Hobbit things.
Well, thank you so much again, Alexis. Coming up on Daybreak, Eli Mahalik rejoins us on set with Katie Holroyd.
Yeah, they will be here performing coming up right after the break.
has a purpose, has a dream to have their voices heard, no matter where they come from, no matter where they go. As an American, it is their right to have freedom of speech. I have a dream that one day this message will speak louder than words, that even the quietest voice will not go unnoticed. That is my dream. What is yours? For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Welcome back. Today we are joined by Eli Mahalik and Katie Holroyd performing Across the Universe, originally performed by the Beatles.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us today. Have a good performance. Take it away.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Lines of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on across the universe. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Jai Guru Deva.
Wonderful, guys. That was fantastic.
Thank you guys
That was great.
for coming back
Thank
on
you
the
very
show and playing us another song.
I know. This is actually our last musical performance of the semester. Thank you guys for sending us out on a high note.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We hope you'll join us next week, guys, for our final episode of Daybreak for the semester.